Hi, so my name is John Ndega and I'm creating this short video on what to do if you're not selling enough of your software. Sorry for the bad lighting, guys, but I wanted to get this content out to you as quickly as possible rather than messing around with the lighting. Now, this is for business owners and salespeople trying to sell software. Let's see if I can help solve some of your problems today. So first of all, a little bit about me. I've been working in sales for many years. I've been working in Facebook's advertising sales team in the early days when we were trying to convince people that social media advertising would actually work. Turns out that we were right. I founded and exited a B2B SaaS company that I built from scratch, founded and built a marketing agency to over $1 million in sales. So I'm very accomplished and I know what I'm talking about when it comes to SaaS and sales. So let's just move on and go to the actual content here. So this is a simple step-by-step guide to help you solve your sales problem. Now, in the beginning, most sales problems are sampling problems. You have not spoken to enough people to evaluate your success. Too many people give up when they haven't actually spoken to enough people about the product or service or a recent feature update that will change the way customers, potential customers, react to the service. So, the first question is, have you spoken to 10 potential customers about what you're trying to sell? Until you've spoken to 10 people, you really just don't have enough data. Second, have 3 potential customers confirmed they have the problem your product solves? Often people struggle because they don't actually know if the product they've created solves an actual problem. First, that has to be confirmed. Have you asked 10 people to give you money in exchange for your product or service? It's easy for people to commit and say, yes, I have this problem. But until they give you money, it's just talk. Fourth, have 3 people actually given you money? This is the main thing. Once 3 people have given you money, you know that you're onto something. And if that ratio is pretty good, like 3 in 10, 4 in 10, 10 out of 20, then you're starting to look good. If it's 1 out of 100, it's generally not looking so good unless you're creating something that's truly enterprise and kind of a, 1 in 100 kind of product. Now, if you've closed 3 sales, then the next challenge, of course, is to get to 30 sales. This is the hard thing in business in the beginning. For those of you who have many customers, I'm coming to you. Just wait a moment. Then you need to grow your business, of course. This is the grind part, going from a few handful of customers to, dozens of customers, whether you use referrals, social media, advertising, cold email, whatever. But once you get to, at least 30 customers in any product or service, 30 people, independent people have given you money, then it shows that you have something. And often at that point, it's about how do you add value to your product and service and how do you scale your customer acquisition method. Now, this is the most important slide, so I'll talk a little slower. Most sales problems are actually not sales problems. They are product problems. Your product is not remarkable. Therefore, nobody makes a remark about it and it cannot grow organically through word of mouth. The best products grow through word of mouth. They're so great, people tell their friends about it, and selling is just a matter of optimizing total contract value and processing orders. This is product market fit. Great products and services don't really require much sales effort. You don't have to have a great pitch. You don't have to have a fancy website. You just need to have a great product or service that people can, somewhat easily evaluate and purchase and get value from. So if you've spoken to 30 or so people, it's getting quite tough. Maybe you've made a handful of sales, but it's a struggle. Chances are your product is not remarkable. But in the seeds of those 30 people, you'll get feedback that helps you build a remarkable product. So keep going. Maybe your product is just okay at the moment and you need to get it to that point where it really is just a lot better. At this point, don't focus too much on perfecting your pitch or finding a new marketing method. Improve your product because if you can get other people to sell for you through word of mouth, that's worth a lot more than a great pitch. Okay, so how do you make your product remarkable then? Of course, this is the hardest part. Your product needs to be so much better than existing alternatives that people mention it to their friends. We've got classic examples here like a Spotify, a WhatsApp. I use these big company examples simply because that's what people know about. But anything that's just a lot better than anything else that's out there that makes people's life a lot easier is going to be desirable. Okay, so how do you make your product a lot better than alternatives? Faster, cheaper, easier, more beautiful, cool, durable, accessible, some dimension that customers care about. And it should be differentiated in a clear way than what currently exists in the market. Now, here's the dirty secret about sales. Great salespeople sell the best products. It's a lot easier and acts as a force multiplier. A great product and a great sales team is much more valuable than the average product with a great sales team. So great people navigate towards a great product because, of course, not only does it make their life easier, but they can get better total results. So what determines the success of your sales efforts? I think product is roughly about 50%, very important, And why that's so valuable is that if you get a happy customer, they can tell other people and you have your virtual sales force out there. Pitch, also very important, how you communicate, the words that you use, the text on your website or in any kind of material, obviously important. And of course, which is something that most people forget, is the number of times you pitch. If you just keep going at it and at it and at it and at it, you can actually find success even with a mediocre product and a mediocre pitch. But the easiest way to get started is to have a great product. So for salespeople out there struggling, first focus on your product, then I'd focus on your pitch, because the pitch is repeatable. Once you have one great pitch, you can repeat it many times, and then you can go to the grind, which is just repeating the pitch over and over again, finding a second marketing method, a third, a fourth, and so forth. So if you want to solve your sales problem, go back to the start. Make your product remarkable in the eyes of your potential customers out there, and then you'll develop an army of salespeople selling for you. Good luck. If you've got questions or feedback, please put it in the comments. Ciao.